Hey everybody, this is Jon-Paul Dumont, Game Director for The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, and the team at North Beach and Free Range Games are really excited to show you this preview of our upcoming title update, which has so many great things in it. We have had such a good time interacting with, talking to the community, and seeing everything that you're asking for and trying to get as much of it as we can in. The biggest thing in this update is Sandbox Mode. As you can see, we've got what would have been a play button at launch is now Play Campaign, which is the story in the Lord of the Rings adventure from the beginning, from the launch of the game, and Sandbox Mode, which is our new way to play. So I'll show you coming in and playing Sandbox Mode. Let's just make a new dwarf real quick. We'll randomize. You can see we've added, I think, 80 more dwarf names into the game. So let's pick this one and let's go create a world. Now, right away, you will see in the create a world screen, there are now two options. You can create a campaign world, which is the Lord of the Rings adventure from the launch of the game, start to finish, everything in the company of Gimli. Or you can go into Sandbox, which is, we really just took the handcuffs off of the procedural generation, and now it generates all kinds of different options. And to pull that off and to make it more non-linear, we pulled a lot of the story elements out so you can really choose how you want to play. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go to a character that I've been playing and pull up a sandbox that is a little further along. So first off, you can see I am in a new biome based on the Elven Quarter from the original campaign story. Now you can actually find Elven biomes in many other places throughout the mountain. In fact, if I pull up the map, I can show you. It's not quite a spoiler because every seed is completely different, but I can show you on the map a couple of things that are new. In the campaign, you remember we started in the Western Halls, and each map we showed you was about a major chapter of the story. In Sandbox, it's much more of the way the dwarves would have thought about the mountain themselves, which is you start at the first level. That's where the two gates and doors are. And in Sandbox, you can move up to the second level, the third level, the fourth level, and you can go down into the first deep, the second deep, the third, and the fourth deep. Each deep with different biomes that we've color coded here and shown you the names of. We've also done a graphical upgrade to the map to make it a lot easier, I think, to use and to look at. You'll notice also that we're only doing 4 levels and 4 deeps. That's because this is an alpha preview of Sandbox. It's a smaller, more dense version for our initial launch as we get feedback. So the other thing you might notice is I'm holding a spear that wasn't in the campaign game. This is a new one you can find. And I'm also wearing a new helmet. This is the Red Mountain Spiked helmet. Because the game is wider mechanically, we wanted to fill in the gaps by adding in new weapons and new armor. So let's show you a couple more. This is one that I'm a big fan of. This is the wolfskin helmet. Pretty fun one to make. We've also got a new steel war axe, and you can see we actually changed and upgraded the effects of weapons when they have runes on them. This one is making some noise, so I think that means there's probably an orc around here somewhere. We've also got some new shields, so you can see based on the love of Gimli for King Elisar and inspired by the men of Minas Tirith, we have the Gondorian war shield. And even though the Smiths of Nogrod were known for their weapons, they occasionally made a pretty cool looking shield themselves. And then we get probably my two favorites, which is a new great sword. The Kassad Army Greatsword. Ooh. Is there an orc around here I can kill with this? Yeah, let's go take this guy out. Oh, and you can hear the new music system is coming in. Aha. Okay, I got that guy, so it went away. And it's a little bit dark right here, so I can pull out the other favorite thing I really like in this update is the Eregian armor torso. Now, if you thought the elven stuff from the campaign was bright, this one, if you are the kind of dwarf that does not mind wearing elvish style, this one is super useful. So that said, let's go back to my base. I want to show you some of the other updates we have made. And let's head on there now. So now I am back to my base. Already got a wolf coming at me. Ooh, a couple wolves. So if I'm in an experience like that and I feel like it might not be at the difficulty I would like, that's where I can go into the difficulty settings, and for the first time you can change whether the game is going to be harder or easier. So if you remember, when we launched in the original version, there was really only one difficulty, meaning if you were in a large group it might be a little easy to cheese, and if you were by yourself it could be really hard. So now you can use our presets, or you can change almost any one of these settings on here. So for the rest of this demo, let's go into story mode. And let's head to my base. Okay, so I have made it back to my base, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the changes that we made to the building system. So one of the things that we did was all of the pre-existing buildings, this was a pre-existing building that I made this out of, have been redone to use only the items and building blocks that the players have. And in places where there was something really cool that the players didn't have, we added that in. So we have all kinds of new pieces, ceiling pieces, banisters, different kinds of walls, corner pieces, lots of different sorts of stairs and railings, narrow stairs, wider stairs, taller stairs. It should be a lot easier to build however you want now. And in fact, we retuned, for those of you who really like to clean up and restore, we retuned the hammer so it's only a few hits to clean things up. That should be really satisfying for those of you that love to clean things. The other thing we've worked on is making the active building within these buildings simpler and easier by updating the stability system. So at launch, the stability system was tuned a bit too hard. It made it tough to build things quickly and build things that would stack on each other as tall as we think dwarves should. So you can see it's much easier to pop in and fill in the gaps of anything that you're trying to build. So that's just a little bit of what you can do. You know, one of the other things that's pretty fun is we added all of these new furnishings. So I have new kinds of lamps that I can build. I've got chairs and stools and step ladders, different kinds of things that I can add. I'm particularly excited about the rugs that I can add. Let me put this downstairs. So just really lots of different ways to make it a lot more cozy. So another thing we did was add a lot more joy through sound effects and VFX when using our crafting stations. A great example of this is our rune table. So you can see it starts to light up, it starts to make some sound as I come in and add runes. So you can see that in a lot of different crafting stations, not just the rune table. So I'm excited for you to explore and find those. And that said, that is a lot of the changes we've made to building. There is so much more I'm excited for you guys to find out. And I want to show you one last thing, which is another new environment that I think you'll enjoy. So you may be wondering, if Sandbox has these levels and these deeps, how does the player go up and down throughout them? And the answer is these new environments that we call the stairs and the descents. In this case, this is the second stair. When you find a stair, it will take you many deeps down and many levels up, which means you could really get yourself to an area that will be challenging, will have great rewards, but could be a little bit scary. So I'm really excited for everybody to play the new update. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Thank you so much for watching this demonstration of the next title update for Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria.